Hello, my lovelies, and welcome back to Sondering Tarot, or if you're new here, hi, hello, welcome. This is my series for my favorite cards from my 2022 deck collection. We are now covering the Cups suit. So this is part one. We will cover the Two of Cups through the Four of Cups. If you happen to have missed my Wands, Swords, Pentacles, court cards, major arcana, etc. I do have all the links to those previously done videos in the description box down below if you would like to utilize those. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit further, and we will get started here. I have been asked to hold up each card as I address each one, and I will do that and hopefully get it all within frame. I'm going to have to double check to make sure I'm in frame. Had to refilm part of another video just because I was not in frame. Alright, we're going to start right here with the lovely Soul Cats Tarot. Two of Cups. I love that the pair of fish are in two separate glasses. You have this cat looking on, contemplating which one he wants. So choices, options. Gotta love it. Two of Cups is actually about differences as well, which is shown more here in my Mermaid Tarot. But being at a place out of sorts in two different locations, I actually kind of love that when it comes to referencing partnership or relationships. We have the Lightseers Tarot. This to me says commitment, partnership, soul contract, as well as love. And I do love the colors. I really do love the colors. Moving on to the Mermaid Tarot. The traditional Two of Cups is usually two people who are completely different. Whereas this, they're literally from two different worlds. And that works for me. Hopefully you can see that without too much glare. It's a little on cardstock, so high gloss. And I love the viewpoint of her half in and out of the water. They could have just put it level against the side of the boat. Instead, they drew it with the swell of a wave. And artistically, that works for me. And last but not least, for the Two of Cups, we have the Unfolding Path Tarot. I do appreciate gender swaps. I also appreciate some of the same-sex references that you can find in certain decks. This is one of mine that I have that I really like for the Two of Cups here. They're adorable, including the butt grab that you see down at the bottom. I know it's all about the energy when it comes to love, romance, when you read cards rather than gender. However, I do appreciate some of the same-sex references just because you're always going to have different types of people you're reading for. So being referenced and having it in cards is always fun. Alright, and we're going to move right on to the Three of Cups. And I don't have very many of these. I actually only have 3, which is fitting because we're covering the Three of Cups. Alright, I'm going to start with the Game of Thrones Tarot here. It's quite simple. 3 different people, as you can tell from the hands and the clothes they're wearing. 3 different people, 3 different statuses. Just holding up glasses. It's pretty simplistic for a card. And actually, it already kind of borders on a pip card, believe it or not. And sometimes simple is best. This works totally fine for me as a 3 Cups. And for those of you that have never seen Game of Thrones, this is a scene where, what is it? Melisande, Tyrion, and Grey Worm are talking and drinking and trying to tell jokes. So it's them trying to be friends and entertain each other while Daenerys is away. So we have friendship, community, support. You have Soul Tribe. And here you have, in the show, 3 very different people that don't always function outside of what we call work together. And this is the scene where they have to try and figure out how their dynamics fit in non-work situations, and it's kind of amusing. Move right on here to the Mermaid Tarot. As I said, this is a high gloss deck because it's Llewellyn. I love the tea time reference, and the fact that it's underwater with all the bubbles, it just makes it all that more entertaining. And you still see the same things you see in a lot of Three of Cups, where it's 3 different women look completely different all together. And there's something about the table, something about this windy table that this teapot is sitting on appeals to me for some odd reason. I do love it. I think it's a pretty card for a 3 of Cups. And on to the Heaven and Earth Tarot. This is the deck I learned on. I appreciate the keywords on some of the cards. And here, I will bring this in closer. This actually says abundance on this particular card. And considering this is also a card tied to celebration, I get the abundance reference, and that's totally fine. And unlike traditional RWS 3 of Cups, I do actually appreciate the nudity in this card. Let me bring it in closer so you can see it. It's there, but it's obfuscated just enough that you get that vulnerability that's tied to nakedness and the tarot without it being overdone or in your face. You get, 3 different women being vulnerable, being open, being honest, coming together, celebrating, communicating, communing with each other in a stripped bare openness. And I kind of actually like that for a depiction. A little bit different than the fully clothed version you usually see in the traditional RWS. And last but not least, we're going to cover the 4 of Cups. And I don't have very many of these either. I only have 3. So we're going to start with the green, which is Tarot. She looks so bored. She does. She honestly does. And the 4 of Cups is... I understand boredom is one of the meanings of the card. But it's a card that I'm usually bored with when it comes to the traditional RWS. Usually a male sitting cross-legged underneath the tree, 3 cups in front of him, with a cloud handing him another cup. And that doesn't work for me. However, she's bored. She's sitting by herself in the house. It's nice outside. She's got the door open. And here comes a friend to visit with another cup. And I appreciate that. And that's a good reference. A friendship, of connection. Because we are doing, 3 of Cups into 4 of Cups. So the thing that she doesn't know, that her friend has come to visit and that there's another cup behind her. So things will improve shortly, just as soon as her friend knocks out on the door. That's a very good depiction for me. It works. And now on to the most colorful card out of the 3, as far as I'm concerned, the Light Seer's Tarot. And once again, yes, she does look very, very bored. I appreciate the rainbow effect out of this one bowl that is being offered down here, that's basically touching her hand. It's literally practically given to her, not just off to the side and out of view. It's practically being just handed to her, And she hasn't realized it just yet. It's just almost there, but not quite. This is one of those cards that I appreciate having lots of color in. Instead of it being muted tones and, you know, a bland color palette, I do appreciate the usage of the blue in the sky and the greens in the background, the different colored cups, and even all the colors around her and her clothing, and then this big rainbow coming out of this fourth bowl. It's pretty and it's attractive. So I really like reading with it, just because it has attention to, a tendency to grab my attention more rather than kind of fade into the background. I will admit, overall, between these three, I probably like them also for their faces. I mean, both of the girls look bored, but so does this particular gentleman in the Forest of Enchantment. He's just by the edge of the river, zoning off into nature, utterly bored. And if you've ever spent time in nature, just holding still and zoning out, you totally get this particular card. And I quite enjoy it for the bringing yourself back to nature viewpoint. All right, my lovelies, and that is it for my cup suit part 1. I will be filming cups 5 through 7 here shortly, so be on the lookout for it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.